Hello Ronlings, bit of a equipment review. I have a new piece of equipment that it was like a problem solving bit of equipment. So when I take out the OEX Fox 1, as you probably well know, you cannot sit up in it, you cannot cook in it, but it's a useful equipment. I like to bring it with me occasionally because it fits into a tiny little space, and when you're self camping, you need to be, it's low, it's small, it's compact, it's light, and it's a good tool. But if it rains, you're stuffed. So being the sort of person that doesn't like to spend a long time pegging and tying, and plus you can't choose where you're going to be, so if you're putting up a tarpaulin to cover yourself for the rain, you got to have trees there, and I don't always have that, and so it's not a simple choice to choose to bring a tarp. I don't like pegging up, I don't like guying out, it takes forever. I'm there to enjoy the environment, and I'm trying not to spend too long doing all the equipment. So I'm always looking for the easy and simple solution and way out. Also, I'd like to do a lot more days out. On the days I can't camp but I can go out for a few hours, I'd like to do some more going out, cooking, making a drink, having a chat type videos, but where I can't actually camp but I can just go out for the day. And I wanted to bring a shelter with me for days when it's raining, but again, I don't want to be spending ages to set up equipment when I'm just going to be there for a couple of hours. So this is my solution. So there it is. As you can see, I must say firstly that the vacuum cleaner is obviously not something I'm going to bring with me. I don't want to vacuum the area when I get there. That's just something to tie it to, because I've decided to do this inside as opposed to out, because this will actually pushes into the ground. So obviously it's an umbrella. I didn't bother showing you the setup because it's an umbrella. You put an umbrella up. That's not really rocket science. So it's an umbrella, and you zip the sides to it. So you zip the sides on. It's very simple, very easy. You've got a nice little flap to zip it up, and you push it into the ground. And I step back far enough so you can see the whole thing. And it has curtains at the back, so that way you can sit up against that wall and still have all this in front of you to set up equipment. You know, making your tea and drinks and what have you. Got it from Amazon. It was £17. I'll tell you a little bit about the story behind this, which is an obvious repair, in a moment. So it comes with 4 guy ropes, 4 tent pegs. It comes in this bag. Ignore those tent pegs; they're extra ones that I'm gonna add to it. And that's all it is. It's quite a simple one, really, and that's the whole point. You know, you just stick it in the ground and set up underneath it, and you've got yourself a shelter. £17 from Amazon. It's the cheapest one I could find. It's 50 centimeters diameter. It's a very, it's £17. So I was a bit miffed by people saying, "Oh, I got it, and it's really cheap. It's really cheap quality," and so on. Well, yeah, obviously it is, because I just knocked it in. Obviously it is, because it's £17. You're going to expect it to be cheap, so you expect it to be cheap. It's going to be cheap quality and cheap material, and yes, because it's £17. So, but I don't really understand what the tent pegs are for. Because the guy ropes are for, because they haven't given you a dedicated area to clip them onto. They've got little clips on one end. I could stick them on the spine, and guy it down with the spine, but then you need them sort of splayed out to hold any kind of strength. When you've got the curtain around it, you can't really do that, because they would stick out and push the side wall out. So I'm not really sure how you're supposed to guy it down if there's a bit of wind or something. And it only gives you 4 tent pegs. You've got 5 D rings down around the bottom of this wall to hammer them into the floor, hammer the pegs into the floor to stop them flapping around. There's 5 D-rings, you're going to get 4 pegs. You've got 4 guy ropes. So if you guy it up, if you do figure out some way of guying it up, then you haven't got any to put in the D-rings around the bottom of the sidewall. And if you use the 4 to do the sidewall, you haven't got any to do the rope, the guy rope. So I don't understand. There's not enough of anything to do anything, and they haven't really made it clear where you're supposed to guy it up to. I could kind of fudge it, but it wouldn't really be much use. And it's very flimsy spines, £17, so the spines underneath are very flimsy. If I clip it to that, a bit of a wind on that, it'll just break something. So I'm not really quite sure what that's all about. So in a wind, I wouldn't use it. But I think it's a good idea, and I think it's going to work. When I got it, the stitching had completely come off, and so obviously wasn't happy with that. So I put it all back in the box, taped it all up, thinking I'm going to have to send that back. And I got on Amazon and said that it's defective. They didn't give me an option to exchange, only an option to refund. I thought, well, that's odd, but I haven't got a choice. I don't want it. It's ripped. It's damaged. And then when I applied for the refund, they said you don't have to send this back. So I went on an email and that confirmed it, because they sent me an email and that confirmed it. So I've got my money back, but I don't have to send this back. So I'm now stuck with a piece of rubbish. Thanks. And I don't want to order another one. Then I've got this to deal with, and a new. So what I decided to do was buy. It's only £17, so I don't want to spend more than £17 or £17 repairing it, because then I've got something that cost the brand new price of this and it's damaged. So I went online and I bought I bought this tape because it has really good reviews. It's only £3.95, shiny. It's only £3.95. It has really good reviews. It's not really what it's meant for, but it was really cheap. And there are other ones out there that all the reviews weren't very good for cheap, that kind of cheap price. All the reviews were kind of questionable whether it would actually do the trick. So I went for something that was nothing but praise for it, but it wasn't really meant for this. So I've taped it up. I've taped a bit on the top, a bit underneath together, sandwich it together, and we'll see how that gets on. It'll either work or it won't. So we'll see how that goes. There are other makes that do this, but they're more expensive and they still haven't got any better reviews than this. So I figured I might as well just go for the cheapest. Because if I spend more, it doesn't seem like anyone's saying they're any better. So that's what I've got. That's what I'm going to use, and we'll see how that gets on with the repair on it as well. So yeah, just a short one because there's nothing really to talk about. It's a brolly you put up and stick in the ground, and you've got yourself a shelter. That is going to come with me when I bring my Fox 1, and it's going to come out for day trips. And we'll see how that gets on. This will allow me to set up really quick, really easily, and not matter if it's raining or not, in theory. So a very quick, short quick review, and I'll see you in the next one, probably.